I would lock myself in the house. I was terrified to be alone.
I'm Matt, and this is my wife, Maria. People have asked us how it is that we've been able to have such a great marriage through all of life's crazy, through better and worse, through sickness and health, till death do us part. So we decided to talk about how it is that we find the good in our lives. So come join us as we help you to find the good in your life.
Hi,
Hello!
and we're back.
I should have been drinking something because I am very parched. We just got done working out and I am sweating a lot.
Can't you see by that glow? It's called sweat.
Yeah. People who call it glow, I don't know why you don't just earn the sweat.
It's dripping.
Glow doesn't drip like this. Anyway, so today we want to talk to you guys about confidence. While we were in Tennessee, I posted about how I like my wife's confidence. Are you gonna talk about you like going out to eat and learning all that stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna let her tell that story first and then we'll follow up.
So I mentioned in a different video, I believe yesterday's video, that I wasn't always like that. Like I was literally legitimately scared, I guess the word is, to go out and eat by myself or do things by myself. Like I would go grocery shopping with the kids. I know there are people out there who are like, just let me go to the grocery store by myself. No, I didn't want it. Apparently I suffered from separation anxiety and things like that. Well, I got divorced and all of a sudden I was alone. Like the kids were at their dad's house every other weekend. Sorry, bugs are attacking us. Apparently we're smelly. So I found myself alone and I'm like freaking out. Well, I had gotten a job and there was these girls, I call them the E, and we worked together and we talked every single day, and it's truly because of them that they helped me become a more confident person. Like we talked about going out to eat and we would give each other challenges like, all right, go out to eat by yourself, just sit in a restaurant by yourself, go grocery shopping, do this. And I'm like, panic attack. And then I finally did it and I was like, oh, that's not so bad. Because what would happen when the kids would go over to their dads or whatever, I would stay home. I would lock myself in the house. I was terrified to be alone. So I had to learn to be okay with me and like me. And that was something that was new, like learning to like myself. I know this might be a weird concept, but learning to like yourself.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
It's important. Like, do you like yourself? I like me most days. There are days that I do something really stupid. I'm like, oh, you're such an idiot. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that. You hurt so-and-so's feelings. Like, that was horrible. And I beat myself up. Probably to this day, like years later. But I like me 99.9% of the time. And that's because I learned to like me. Like I learned to sit with myself. I learned to listen to myself. I learned to just be okay. I danced around the house by myself. Like there's a post, and we'll link it down below, where there's an NDRE song, love her so much, that she talks about being alone by herself, like taking off her clothes and looking at herself. And not just women, but guys too. Like, when's the last time you looked at yourself, like took off your clothes, looked at yourself and be like, dang, you're fine. Like, embrace those stretch marks, embrace the whatever. Like,
I've got some love handles I'm challenged to embrace.
But once you can accept you and liking you, things go a lot easier and better for you. Like, seriously, learning to love yourself. So that's what I did. I learned to love myself, and I went on dates by myself. I took myself out to eat. I've never been to the movies by myself. mainly because I don't like the movies enough to go by myself. But I will go do things by myself. I don't have a problem with it. I'll go to the beach by myself. I'll go and just sit and be with me and be okay with it. And not listening to a podcast or checking my phone or reading, but literally just sitting and listening and praying or whatever, just being with me. But like I said, I had people who encouraged me. Seriously, these bugs are annoying. I had people who encouraged me and loved on me and helped me grow. And that's one of the things that I do, is helping people grow and find the good in your life and helping you learn that it's okay to be alone, and like, hey, you have a challenge in this, let me help you. Because there are things that I've had to do in life that I didn't know that I could do. And then when you do it, you're like, dang, I was stronger than I thought. But I've always had people encouraging me and supporting me and like uplifting me, whether it was friends or a mentor or something like that, that encouraged me to do that. And we'll talk about coaches and mentors and stuff like that another day. But right now it's about being okay with you and being okay with just sitting and just loving on yourself. And like I said, it didn't come easy. I truly struggled, like panic attack, if I had to be alone. So if I can do it, you can do it. What were you gonna say?
So there's a reverse to this. So growing up, I had a lot of self-confidence in an negative ego sort of way. So growing up, I got straight A's. I was good. I was always good in school. When I started playing baseball, I was better than average. Not necessarily the best, but better than average. When I got into martial arts, I was again better than average. So people would feed my ego, and it turned into an unhealthy thing, to the point where I didn't actually love myself. I created like this mask of, well, now I need to be perfect at everything. So it was a different direction of
I never
loving.
had that problem.
It was a different direction of loving myself, as in loving like the fact that I'm allowed to fail and I'm still valuable. So those are the other things I would challenge for those of you who are on that other side of the spectrum of like you've always quote unquote loved yourself, but it's really a fake love that is more of a fear of failure. I'm gonna challenge you, go do something and ruin it. Fail at it completely. Like, go just do something that the likelihood of you failing is super high, and hopefully you fail, because the easiest way to realize that you're not going to, it's not the end of the world, is to go do it. Go. For Maria, it was to see it wasn't the end of the world. It was to go eat by herself and to be alone and to spend time with herself. For me, this is still a constant thing for me. For me to realize it's not the end of the world is to go try it and fail and see that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And that's actually how I learn more self-confidence. It's not about being good at something. It's about being okay at being bad at something. So it comes in different directions.
So you said it was just like eating by myself. It was so much more than that. Like I said in the previous video, I wouldn't have had the job that I had if I wasn't okay, because I had to travel by myself. I wrote a book and became a best-selling author because I had to learn it was okay to fail, because I was so afraid to take those steps and be a failure that people would laugh and be like, you wrote a book, you didn't graduate from high school, you can't spell, like you're dyslexic, how are you gonna write a book? I did it. I was a bestseller. I am a bestseller. Another book's coming out. Like, I can do these things, and it's okay if you fail, just don't stop. Like, that was the most important thing I learned, was don't stop. And apparently something that caught his eye was he liked my self-confidence, that I wasn't afraid. Like I'd walk into a room, like he said, and own it. don't get me wrong, there are still times like there is a knot in my stomach when I'm getting up to speak in front of a crowd. I love that. Like, I love the adrenaline of it, and I love speaking to people, and I love all that stuff, but I do it scared, or I tell myself I'm excited, but I do it because I know if I don't, I would beat myself up. There's nothing worse than what if. What if I would have done that? What would have happened? I'd rather do it, mess it up, and then learn from it than never take the opportunity or the chance.
Yeah,
How about you?
agreed. The other thing I would say is, and this was the other thing that attracted me to her, get around people who are your cheerleader, no matter whether you succeed or fail, because they see your value and who you are beyond what you do. And get around those people that push you to see that in yourself. So that way you can be your own cheerleader, and you can be pushed to cheer yourself on. So that way when things get hard, if you're the only one there, then you know how to cheer yourself on.
That's a whole nother thing. That's your why. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Remembering your why. Like, we'll have a whole nother discussion about writing your why, keeping it in front of you another day. But seriously, having cheerleaders, having people around you is so important, because there may even be a day that you're like, I just can't. And at least for me, having him around and being my best friend, he helps me remember. Like, there's a saying or something that goes like, a best friend is someone who remembers the song in your heart when you forget the words. Corny, I know, but it's true. Like, if he's having a challenge, I'm like, babe, no, remember the why. Remember why we're doing this. Remember why we're sacrificing and doing all that. Like, it's important.
Yeah, get around people. It goes back to the mentor thing and the being around people that you are who you're around. So, but yeah, just gain that. It's work to gain that self-confidence, but work at it, because it's probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever been a part of, and it will be one of the things that gets you from where you are to where you want to be fastest. So, yeah.
So, and all that, we said this to say, like, we found the good in our life by learning self-confidence and learning to grow and having those people around us to push us. So, hey, we want to help you find the good in your life. And if you need someone, you need a cheerleader, you need just people there to support you daily, that's what we're here to help you find the good in your life.
All
Until
right.
next time, bye.
See ya.